Hello everyone and welcome back to World of Goo 2. Whoa. So yeah, I know I said I was going to be doing Elden Ring tonight, but how can I tear myself away? So we're on to Chapter 4, Ye Old Reckonator, Distant Future. Tea time. World of Goo 9, Paper Gulf. Tea time. Welcome to World of Goo 9, Paper Gulf. Released in the year 2136, Paper Gulf was an anachronism. Paper, that is, sheets of fibrous dry pressed wood pulp, had not existed for generations. Like the floppy disk, the phonograph, and human legs, it had become obsolete. Young players looked up from their nutrient tanks, utterly baffled. The curator. Ah, okay. Two or more. Oh. That is wild. Paper trail. World of Goo 9, Paper Gulf was released shortly after World of Goo 8, Dimensional Accelerator, a game set in an increasing number of dimensions. It was physically accurate, but it turns out nobody actually enjoys anything more than 3 dimensions. But I think the perfect number of dimensions will always be 2. The Curator. I love the little golf claps. Let's do Gravity Bridge. This World of Goo 11. Gravity Bridge. Welcome to World of Goo 11, released in the year 2216. You could fall up, or down, or left or right. It was up to you. Some players thought that perhaps this gameplay mechanic was a nod to the fact that the original developers built a structurally insufficient bridge. It's okay, I made World of Goo, they said. Before plummeting into an infinite ravine. They were never seen again. the curator. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, well. A smoke-filled room. World of Goose 17. Black Stain. Chapter 1. A smoke-filled room.
The city is filthy.
The
night sky pours down rain like it has a personal grudge. The rhythm of droplets on the pavement echoes through the city's desolate alleyways. A mournful serenade to the lost souls that roam this town. The rain comes from above, but something else comes from below. A thick black sludge seeps up through the cracks in the streets, as if the city itself is bleeding its own filth and corruption. It'll stick to your soul, they laugh. But most people have long stopped wondering what exactly is oozing up through the ground. Just another bit of filth to scrape off at the end of the day.
Yay! Private Eye. Cliff Spanner.
Cliff Spanner, private investigator.
Yes.
Got a mystery you need to unravel? I'm your guy. At least I used to be.
Oh my god.
The rain beats against the office window. The only light is from the street light outside. Through the sheets of rain and the dusty blinds, the dim, amber glow casts ghostly shadows across my desk. Smoke curls from the end of my sparkler, turning to ash on my desk. Smoky tendrils fade into the dank air. A sign on the door reads, Cliff Spanner, private investigator. A sudden knock on my office door shatters the silence. Yeah, come in. A woman steps into the room. Her silhouette oozes sensuality. Her eyes shimmer with desperation and allure. Her face is stunning. She moves with an elegance that seems to defy the grimy streets she must have traversed to get here. I catch a hint of her perfume, something intoxicating as she approaches my desk.
I need your help, Mr. Spanner. There's something terribly wrong, and I don't know who else to turn to.
Need a light?
I thought you'd never ask.
What seems to be the problem?
Okay, they are sparklers.
Call me Effie.
All right, Effie, what brings you?
It's my brother, Rusty. Rusty Blackwood. He's disappeared, and I fear the worst.
Blackwood. That name is familiar. Effigail and Rustwick Blackwood, right? You and your brother are heirs to the vast Blackwood Oil Company that powers the whole city. Tell me everything, Miss Blackwood.
I thought I told you to call me Effie. My brother, Rusty. You see, he fell in with some sort of environmental activist. Some floozy named Misty.
Misty.
She filled his head with all manner of nonsense. She convinced him that the Blackwood Oil Company wrecked the city, polluted it, and that it was built upon the backs of exploited workers and a damaged environment. Can you imagine? This city would be pitch black without my family's energy. That's when I started noticing changes around the office. Incomplete reports. Mysterious memos. Strange phone calls at all hours. I tried to brush it off as simple negligence. But, oh, Cliff, I have begun to suspect that my brother is secretly working with Sunshine Power.
Sunshine Power. They're that new energy company. Harnessing the sun's rays for cheap, clean power, right? They must be a pretty big competitor for your oil business, aren't they?
Well, that's just it, Cliff. With Rusty in bed with the competitor, in bed with Misty, in bed with Sunshine Power, I fear he planned to bring down the Blackwood Oil Company.
You think your brother would destroy your family legacy?
At first, I couldn't believe it. We're family. But the heart wants what the heart wants, Cliff.
The heart can lead a man down the darkest alleyways. And your father? Does he know about this?
My father is a powerful man, Mr. Spanner. Sole owner of Blackwood Oil. There's nothing that goes on in the company he doesn't know about. And if Rusty defected to a rival green energy upstart...
Oh, this is great.
Cliffy, you don't think...
I don't think... What?
You don't think that my father would, in his displeasure, that he would have hurt my brother, do you?
I can't say, Miss Blackwood, Effie.
Whatever happened to my brother, Cliff, I need to know the truth, no matter how painful.
I'll find your brother, Effie. The truth has a way of revealing itself, even in the darkest corners.
Thank you, Mr. Spanner. Cliffy, please, bring my brother back.
The scent of Effie's perfume lingers in the air. It is certain this case will be my greatest trial yet. The stakes are high, the danger palpable, but I am a private eye, born to the shadows, a crusader in the face of darkness. I am Cliff Spanner, and I have a mystery to solve.
Ah!
A cleaner mops the floor. It's late, well beyond working hours. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure someone had already mopped the hallway today. There's something familiar about his weathered face, his tired eyes, but the thought is fleeting.
Hey, you. Someone left a box for you outside.
I nod and continue on. Tonight, my mind belongs to Effie and Effie alone. I step into the inky black night, my footsteps falling heavily on the wet, rain-soaked pavement. A box beside the door catches my attention. A note says, "Come home soon. Love, Mom." Inside are several goo balls. The street is illuminated with the harsh neon light of a Blackwood Oil Company billboard. Across the way, there's an even brighter billboard for Sunshine Power, Blackwood's upstart new rival, a renewable energy company. I turn up my collar against the rain.
I ordered a hot dog, and it came with these. You want them?
Hey, man, you look like you could use these more than me.
looks busy.
Hmm.
He looks busy.
Okay. Um. Where do I go? What do I do? Hold on.
city is filthy. The night sky pours down rain like it has a personal grudge. The rhythm of droplets on the pavement echoes through the city's desolate alleyways, a mournful serenade to the lost souls that roam this town.
Oh, Jesus. I was off this whole time. World of Goo Organization Forever. Yeah, it looks like the one detective level glitched. So I'll have to redo it. Jelly side up. Released in the year 2216, World of Goo 11 came out during one of those brief moments in time when everyone thought virtual reality would be a really cool idea. Virtual reality was never a good idea. Virtual reality was not a good idea in the 1980s. Virtual reality was not a good idea in the 2020s. But every few decades, after everyone forgets how terrible virtual reality is, someone always comes along and says, hey, you know what would be a really good idea? Strapping a hot, heavy computer to your face. In a stunning achievement of true immersion, World of Goo 11 was notable for its uncanny ability to make players motion sick without strapping anything at all to their face. The Curator. Come on. Come on. Fuck. Alrighty. Fairway Inferno. You might have to leave some behind, but that's okay. We're all in this together. The Sign Painter. The Sign Painter did not always appear in all of the sequels. The character would occasionally return to see how the world had changed, or to observe what was left. Curator. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, I need to restart. Fuck. Fuck. Ooh. Oh. Just pulled it out. Stumbler. a retelling of the classic 2008 Tumblr level, as told from the perspective of the spinning drum itself. High torque inductive loads have valid feelings and experiences, and it's so important that we celebrate them. The curator. Yeah, not sure how I feel about that joke. Gravitation Navigation Station. By the year 2216, publicly available gravity had become controversial after nobody could agree on either its direction or magnitude. Number 1. The state of Florida signed into law a decree that gravity points down in Florida and everywhere else is parallel to that direction. Therefore, people on the other side of the world would legally fall up, and people in Europe would fall east. 2. In a separate campaign, activists condemned the pull of gravity as aggressive, pulling with disproportionate force on those of larger mass. Oh god, okay. 3. Meanwhile, artificial life forms argue that since they have no mass at all, we should reclassify the concept of ideas as having mass proportional to their intellectual weight. Those who could afford it switched to privately owned gravity. The curator. Fuck. I hit the wrong thing. Okay. God damn it. Hey, dog nozzle. Okay, can I actually do this? Looks like I can. There we go. Okay. Yeah, not sure I care too much for the humor here, but turn and burn. Please don't make another. Okay. It's time. It's time to burn down your house, curator. Okay, no more edgy jokes. for context, Dog Nozzle, the last 2 levels here had jokes about how, in the phrasing they used was like high inductive load, like motors have valid experiences and we should celebrate them. And then the last one was all about how, everyone decided on gravity, but gravity could be whatever, but no one... Florida decided that it was going to make gravity its own way. Okay. Yeah, and they're like, some people were clamoring about how gravity affects those of disproportionate mass, and which reads to me as, and I saw this mentioned on the Wikipedia, so that's the context I was going into it with, that it sounds unnecessarily transphobic. Like, yeah, this level is the one. Yeah, by the year 2216, publicly available gravity had become controversial after nobody could agree on either its direction or magnitude. The state of Florida signed into law a decree that gravity points down in Florida and everywhere else is parallel to that direction. Therefore, people on the other side of the world would legally fall up, and people in Europe would fall east. Fine so far. In a separate campaign, activists condemned the pull of gravity as aggressive, pulling with disproportionate force on those of larger mass. Meanwhile, artificial life forms argued that since they have no mass at all, we should reclassify the concept of ideas as having mass proportional to their intellectual weight. Those who could afford it switched to privately owned gravity. Yeah, it's just... I don't know what they're trying to say, or exactly which side they're on. It could easily be read as like transphobic or mocking the political left. Some players may recall windmills in the original World of Goo game. Well, here they are again, like a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. In the earlier games, they mined the environment, but now they're mining their own past. The Curator. It is... I am not qualified to determine whether that is offensive or not. It is weird because it just comes out of nowhere. The game hasn't really trucked in stuff like that. Okay. I think I get it now. Alright, I gotta do this again. Because the level glitched out on me first time.
The city is filth. The night sky pours down rain like it has a personal grudge. The rhythm of droplets on the pavement echoes through the city's desolate alleyways. A mournful serenade to the lost souls that roam this town. The rain comes from above, but something else comes from below. A thick black sludge seeps up through the cracks in the streets, as if the city itself is bleeding its own filth and corruption. It'll stick to your soul, they laugh. But most people have long stopped wondering what exactly is oozing up through the ground. Just another bit of filth to scrape off at the end of the day.
Private Eye, Cliff
That's me.
Spanner.
Cliff Spanner, private investigator. Got a mystery you need to unravel? I'm your guy. At least I used to be. Smoke curls from the end of my sparkler, turning to ash on my desk. Smoky tendrils fade into the dank air. sign on the door reads Cliff Spanner, Private Investigator. A sudden knock on my office door shatters the silence.
This I do find funny.
Yeah, come in. A woman steps into the room. Her silhouette oozes sensuality. Her eyes shimmer with desperation and allure. Her face is stunning. She moves with an elegance that seems to defy the grimy streets she must have traversed to get here. I catch a hint of her perfume, something intoxicating as she approaches my desk.
I
Need
like
your help, Mr. Spanner.
that in the fiction. This is
There's
World
something
of Goose
terribly wrong.
17.
And I don't know who else to turn to.
Need a light?
I thought you'd never ask.
What seems to be the problem, Miss...
Call me Effie.
All right, Effie, what brings you?
It's my brother, Rusty. Rusty Blackwood. He's disappeared, and I fear the worst.
Blackwood. That name is familiar. Effigail and Rustwick Blackwood, right? You and your brother are heirs to the vast Blackwood Oil Company that powers the whole city. Tell me everything, Miss Blackwood.
I thought I told you to call me Effie. My brother, Rusty. You see, he fell in with some sort of environmental activist. Some floozy named Misty.
Misty.
She filled his head with all manner of nonsense. She convinced him that the Blackwood Oil Company wrecked the city, polluted it, and that it was built upon the backs of exploited workers and a damaged environment. Can you imagine? This city would be pitch black without my family's energy. That's when I started noticing changes around the office. Incomplete reports, mysterious memos, strange phone calls at all hours. I tried to brush it off as simple negligence, but, oh, Cliff, I have begun to suspect that my brother is secretly working with Sunshine Power.
Sunshine Power. They're that new energy company. Harnessing the sun's rays for cheap, clean power, right? They must be a pretty big competitor for your oil business, aren't they?
Well, that's just it, Cliff. With Rusty in bed with the competitor, in bed with Misty, in bed with Sunshine Power, I fear he planned to bring down the Blackwood Oil Company.
You think your brother would destroy your family legacy?
At first, I couldn't believe it. We're family. But the heart wants what the heart wants, Cliff.
The heart can lead a man down the darkest alleyways. And your father? Does he know about this?
My father is a powerful man, Mr. Spanner. The sole owner of Blackwood Oil. There's nothing that goes on in the company he doesn't know about. And if Rusty defected to a rival green energy upstart... Oh, Cliffy, you don't think...
I don't think... What?
You don't think that my father would, in his displeasure, that he would have hurt my brother, do you?
I can't say, Miss Blackwood. Effie.
Whatever happened to my brother, Cliff, I need to know the truth, no matter how painful.
I'll find your brother, Effie. The truth has a way of revealing itself, even in the darkest corners.
Thank you, Mr. Spanner. Cliffy, please, bring my brother back.
The scent of Effie's perfume lingers in the air. It is certain this case will be my greatest trial yet. The stakes are high, the danger palpable, but I am a private eye, born to the shadows, a crusader in the face of darkness. I am Cliff Spanner, and I have a mystery to solve. A cleaner mops the floor. It's late, well beyond working hours. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure someone had already mopped the hallway today. There's something familiar about his weathered face, his tired eyes, but the thought is fleeting.
Hey, you. Someone left a box for you outside.
I nod and continue on. Tonight, my mind belongs to Effie and Effie alone. I step into the inky black night, my footsteps falling heavily on the wet, rain-soaked pavement. A box beside the door catches my attention. A note says, "Come home soon. Love, Mom." Inside are several goo balls.
Okay.
The street is illuminated with the harsh neon light of a Blackwood Oil Company billboard. Across the way, there's an even brighter billboard for Sunshine Power, Blackwood's upstart new rival, a renewable energy company. I turn up my collar against the rain.
I ordered a hot dog, and it came with these. You want them?
Hey man, you look like you could use these more than me.
A sip at the sour note. The World of Goose 17. Black Stain. Chapter 2. A sip at the sour note.
I make my way to a dingy bar called the Sour Note, a haven for those seeking solace from their troubled lives. I'd gotten a tip that Rusty Blackwood, the man I'd been hired to find, has a taste for this joint.
Oh, buddy, you had too much milk. Let's get you home. What are you looking at, Jump?
Yeah, this is really interesting.
I approach the bar, flicking wet from the rain off the collar of my trench coat, and take a seat on one of the worn leather stools.
What's your poison, stranger?
Just information tonight.
I'm a bartender, pal, not a library.
All right, give me a frosty glass of milk.
Oh, wow, that is taking a long time to fill.
Look at that froth.
Say, ever have a man named Rusty Blackwood stop in here for a frothy cup? I've got a photo of him here.
He's got a name I do not know, but yeah, I've seen him. You'll want to talk to Misty.
Misty, who is she and where can I find her?
Just turn around. She sings for you now.
Oh, Misty. She's the one Rusty's seeing.
Whoa.
Don't go get your hopes up, pal.
Now what would a woman like Misty be doing with a man like Rusty?
Hey, no,
She
sweetie.
likes some trouble, you know. But I ain't seen these Rusty in a long distance.
Were they, involved in a duet?
Huh?
Were Rusty and Misty both riding side saddle on the same steed? Were they sharing more than a glass of whiskey?
Whiskey? What's that?
Were they both two hot bullets in a revolver?
I don't...
What I mean to say is, were Misty and Rusty romantically permeated?
Can't say for sure, pal. Misty follows her a long, twisty road, but I'd say she enjoys playing with fire. Ain't Rusty? Let's just say last time I saw him here, he was smoking.
You're not so bad at dispensing information, bartender.
Good luck, pal.
Looks like he's had too much milk.
Come on, let me take you another cool glass of milk, doll. Come on, let me take you another cool glass of milk, doll. Your hearts are rusted, my mouth is frozen.
Misty's sultry voice floats in the air like a wounded albatross. She sways to the rhythm of the music. Her eyes move languorously from one patron to another, as if cataloging their sins.
20 years I've waited here tonight. I'm the one in green.
Say, that was a fine performance, Misty. You possess a heavenly voice of velvet. My name is Cliff Spanner, private detective. Do you know why I'm here? I'm hoping you can help me. I'm looking for
He doesn't realize it's just a mannequin.
I understand you're acquainted with someone named Rusty Blackwood. He's not been seen in a while, and I'm hoping you can tell me where he might have gone. For a woman with such a beautiful voice, you sure are spare on words, aren't you, Misty? A real laconic crusader.
Oh, she's a knockout, isn't she?
She should be illegal.
Can I help you, sweetie? Did you enjoy yourself?
Thank you, but I'm asking some questions of Misty here.
Well, sure, sweetie, go ahead. I'll just powder my nose.
As I was saying, my name's Cliff Spanner, private detective. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll go on then. Spit it out.
I'm looking for a man who's disappeared. I'm looking for Rusty Blackwood. I understand he's an acquaintance of yours.
Do me a favor, sweetie. Turn around, please. Cliffy Cupcake, you can turn around again.
Misty, there was a nice man here. He must have run off.
Oh, you know how men are, Cliff.
Oh.
You think they're one thing, and then they're another.
So about Rusty Blackwood.
Okay, he's in drag.
Rusty, he was a promising one.
Tell me more, Misty. Were you using Rusty to get to his family's Blackwood Oil Company?
Well, you know Blackwood Oil. You know what they do to this city, don't you? They poison it with their oil. The air is thick. Even the ground is bleeding. I tried to show Rusty the truth, but...
You thought you'd convince Rusty to destroy his own family business?
Yeah, Rusty. A little dim, but he was cute. I thought he was interested in cleaning up the city, in doing something about this rotten family oil business. And he was, for a while. But he changed. He was lured by another light in the dark.
Where'd he wander off to?
Look, since Rescue's a pal, I'll throw you a bone. But you ain't heard it from me, understand?
If that's what it takes.
I might have an idea who he's been hanging around with.
Yeah? Who?
There's a man, Dmitri Konyak. He's a real charmer. A
Oh,
gentleman.
hey,
of
there's
the
World
night,
of Goo pixel art in the
but this
background.
Mountain of ill repute. You catch me?
I think I know the type. The city is lousy with characters. Most of them shady.
Watch yourself, Spanner. Dmitri is more than you probably expect. He has the way of crashing even the sturdiest ships into his rocky shore. He has the way of getting what he wants, even from tough nuts like you.
What would he want from...
Just find Dmitri Konyak. You will understand. He's usually on the last train out of the city, the Midnight Steamliner. If you leave now, you still have time to catch him tonight, if you hurry.
What makes you think he'll talk to me?
Well, he won't, not with that attitude. Look at you all dressed up like a private dick.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
Oh, sweetie, you're just a fool in drag. But so is everyone you've ever met.
Anything else you need to tell me about Dmitri Konyak?
You're gonna need something to loosen his tongue. Take this. I have a feeling it'll make Dmitri talk. It's best I'm not hanging on to this anyway.
It's been a pleasure, Misty.
Just be careful, Spanner. Now, scuttle lost, sweetie. I need to go get ready for my next set.
I need answers about Rusty Blackwood. And this guy, Cognac, might hold the key. I gotta get to the train station. The echo of Misty's voice trails behind me, mingling with the distant wail of the city. The night is young, and I am not. I see a sad sack in a city cleaner uniform sweeping wet sludge from the sidewalk into the gutter. He turns away from me as I pass. But is this the same guy who was mopping the hallway outside my office? No way, couldn't be. What's your name, friend?
Just a guy looking after this dump. Hey, I think you dropped these.
Murder on the Midnight Steamliner.
I catch the last train out of the city. All aboard the Midnight Steamliner. It cuts its way out of the city like a neon blade to the outskirts. A ramshackle smear of strip malls and cheap motels that splatter out of the city like an exit wound.
I'd ask that you leave me be, sir.
I can't shake the feeling I'm being tailed, that someone is watching me.
Here you go, you poor old thing.
Passengers are spread out, as if each is harboring a secret they don't want anyone else to hear. I stalk through the carriages, searching for Dmitri Cognac. I'm not sure what exactly I'm looking for, but based on Misty's description, I figure I'll know him when I see him. All I know is that Cognac is a dangerous man whose charisma is inescapable.
I'm late. Here, you can have these.
A chill runs up my spine. Something isn't right, but I press on.
Whose kid is that?
Hey, mister, you look funny. Hey, mister, you look funny.
This must be him. Dmitri is a hard man to miss. He's sitting in a dimly lit booth, accompanied by a stunning woman who looks me up and down as I approach.
Well, go on then. Don't just monologue to yourself. Now let's hear what's grappling around in that pretty little head.
Dmitri is a large man, robust, spilling out of his seat, a relic from a time when indulgence was a luxury. His substantial girth, once a symbol of opulence, now hints at the sins he must have savored. The man is immaculately groomed, his mustache adding a touch of rugged sophistication.
Well, thanks. I enjoy my sophisticated mustache, too.
I knew my monologuing would get me in trouble one day.
Finally, something interesting is about to happen. Come sit with
I like
me,
how he
Hanson.
monologues out loud.
Let's wait for it together.
What's gonna happen?
Come sink your teeth into a buttered roll.
Cognac's voice, a resonant basso profundo, was the sturdiest thing on this rickety train.
The secret to the perfect piece of cake is carefully slicing it to just the perfect size. Enormous. You look tired. Has it been a long night?
I'm looking for someone.
You've been talking to Misty.
How do you know? Did she call you?
Do you see a telephone? You've brought your past with you. Every line under those cute little vodka bottle glasses. That cloud of Misty's perfume you waft him here with, I always told her she wore too much.
I hope my Acquired scent didn't disturb the other passengers.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. It's my job to move like a shadow in the night, to not be seen or smelled.
It doesn't matter because there is no one else on this train.
Of course there are, Cognac. I talked to lots of passengers in the carriages before you.
Ghosts. They're all ghosts. Did you try the ham?
Wait, are you saying this is a ghost train?
Wouldn't that be a thrilling story? No, this is not a ghost train.
I'm not sure I understand.
Pick someone. Anyone on the train you think you make. That woman with feathers in her hair. That man with a freshly pressed suit who looked nervous in the second car. Where are they going? It doesn't matter. Are they going to work? What would happen if they didn't go? Nothing. Nothing would happen. The train would still arrive on time. Their workplace would hire someone else. The papers would still get photocopied. Ghosts. Everyone.
Okay.
Gruyere.
Dimitri, how long have you been riding this train?
Maybe I've been on this train for 200,000 years. Or maybe I didn't exist until you trotted through that door over there. The more interesting question is, how long am I going to be here?
Well, the end of the line is coming soon.
What is it you really want to ask? And you simply must try the salami.
Thanks, Dimitri, but I couldn't possibly. I'm looking for a different kind of sustenance tonight. I'm looking for someone.
Yes, I see. Quality sustenance comes at a price.
Misty asked me to give this to you.
And what did you say your name was?
Spanner. Cliff Spanner, private detective.
You seem to have captured my attention, Mr. Spanner. How may I help you?
Rusty Blackwood, heir to the Blackwood Oil Company, is missing. I understand he may have interacted with you.
Rusty Blackwood. The poor fool got tangled up in some things stickier than he could handle. He stumbled onto some secrets. Dangerous ones.
Tell me everything, Cognac. Spare no detail.
Rosby had evidence. Documents that could bring a whole charade crashing down.
Charade? What charade? How did you... I mean, how could someone in your professional occupation...
My occupation opens a lot of entrances, Mr. Spanner. My real business is secrets.
I need more, Cognac.
So do I. I'm all out of time. I mean wine.
Tell me where I can find Rusty.
Careful, Spanner.
This isn't my first case, Cognac. Tell me where I can find Rusty Blackwood.
Your entire life has led to this very moment sitting across from you right now.
We're running out of time.
To find the man you're looking for. To find Rusty Blackwood. Here's exactly what you need to know.
Dimitri! Cognac. Cognac, stay with me. I need to know.
Sunshine, Spanner. You need to find the sunshine. Take this.
Dark Knight at El Sol.
Even here, at the edge of civilization, the streets glisten with black ooze seeping up from below. In every direction there are forgotten lots and buildings, tucked away, left behind. like bad memories. An animatronic cactus stands beside me wearing a sombrero. Gotta shield yourself from the moonlight, I guess. It seems out of place and out of time, but fitting for a city that lost its way a long time ago. In this town, even the plastic cacti have a story to tell. Dmitri Kognak's final words echo in my head. Sunshine, sunshine. Could Sunshine Power be responsible for the disappearance of Rusty Blackwood, heir to the Blackwood Oil Company?
What was that, amigo?
Could a company that produces cheap, clean energy really be guilty of homicide, of cold-blooded murder?
Look, man, I get paid $4 an hour. Hurry up and order, will you?
Could Sunshine Power have assassinated an heir to their rival? Well, that would be too dark, too twisted, even for this city. The explanation was probably something simpler, something more elegant.
Bro, what sunshine? It's always night in this city. It's always raining. Are you gonna order or what?
Sorry. Yeah, I'll have a grande burrito and, oh my God. Like a flash of lightning piercing the night sky, it hit me. The answer I'd been seeking. The truth about Rusty Blackwood. This is going to shake the very foundation of the city.
I mean, it's just a burrito, bro. That'll be $16.99. Oh yeah, we're also running a special. You can take these too.
A lone figure mops gleaming puddles infinitely towards the horizon. Just another part of the scenery.
Sunshine.
A ravishing red roadster radiates in resplendent contrast to the glistening green grounds of Sunshine Power. As I step into the opulent lobby of Sunshine Power's headquarters, a sense of unease washes over me. Rows of potted plants stretch their leaves toward brilliant lights.
This is great pixel art. I don't know if they had to have based this off a real photo or place or something.
Glossy posters adorn the walls, all of them boasting about Sunshine Power's clean energy and sustainability initiatives. Smiling, idyllic families holding hands and frolicking in green meadows. There's something off about it all. Even in this gleaming lobby, there's darkness lurking around the edges, like the never-ending night outside is creeping in.
Yeah, how can they generate solar power if it's always night and raining? So Sunshine Power is a scam.
My eyes, still aching from the gleaming lobby, adjust to the muted grandeur that surrounds me. I step out of the elevator onto perfectly polished tile and cringe, thinking about the grime and sludge that my shoes are tracking in. At the end of the hallway is a set of massive wooden doors, into which is carved the image of the sun, radiant and resplendent, its rays emanating in all directions. I step into a palatial penthouse suite. A bank of towering windows look down over the twinkling lights of the city. A wide desk of burnished mahogany, behind which a lone figure sits, their back to me in a high-backed leather chair. The high-backed chair spins around slowly, and a face emerges from the shadows. A face I had expected, despite my hope that somehow I was wrong. Miss Blackwood.
I thought I told you to call me Effie.
Effie.
Mr. Spanner. I'm surprised it took you this long.
I should have seen it sooner.
How did you figure it out?
In a city of endless night and constant rain. Sunshine, Effie. Sunshine is a rare sight.
Yes, Cliffy.
And yet here we have sunshine power, somehow generating unlimited energy from the sun. The sun that never shines. Oh, it's a great story, isn't it? It makes us feel warm. It makes us feel good, doesn't it? But it's an illusion. A mirage.
I can see you're enjoying this.
I figure sunshine power is nothing more than a clandestine subdivision of Blackwood Oil. Designed to deceive environmentally conscious customers and the city regulators. It was never meant to provide clean energy, only the appearance of clean energy.
And my brother, Rusty?
Your brother figured out this filthy secret, and he threatened to expose you and destroy the family business. And you, Miss Blackwood, to protect your family's legacy, had your own brother killed. No, it wasn't you who murdered Rusty, Miss Blackwood. In fact, it wasn't a person at all who murdered Rusty.
It was society.
The family legacy.
You missed your calling, Spanner. You should be writing for the pictures.
Tell me, Miss Blackwood, why did you hire me?
What can I say? I was in the neighborhood and I needed a light.
You used me to tarnish Rusty's good name. To cast aspersions about his association with Misty, with Cognac. You wanted me to...
Cliffy, hush. It's not as complicated as all that.
So what then?
Yes, you're right. Rusty's dead. I had him pushed into a vat of oil, pulverized, turned into a few kilowatt hours of energy, and fed back to the city. It was the most he'd ever contributed to anything, really.
Why? Because he found you out?
The truth is, Cliffy, there's only one thing I didn't expect. That I would...
Okay, guys. It's time to clean up.
Can I help you, sir? You're not supposed to be up...
Is it Rusty?
Effie, are you okay?
So what's your name, pal?
Cliff Spanner, private investigator.
Well, yeah, you're playing as Cliff Spanner right now. Good work, by the way. It's one of the less common endings. Usually the private eye doesn't make it out of the lounge. Too many distractions.
Listen, buddy, what's going on here? What happened to Miss Blackwood?
Right, Miss Blackwood. You know how these things go. This is where she confesses. She confesses to the crime, she confesses her love, blah, blah, blah. The fun is all the stuff before. I always skip the denouement.
Okay, so he's aware this is a game.
What are you talking about?
Take a look out there, Cliffy. See that city? It was built for you. Well, not for you. It was built for you. Like I said before, what's your name, pal?
I already told you. I'm Cliff Spanner, private investigator.
Yeah, the private eye is always a little thick. Hang on. Let's force quit this scenario.
Oh, Cliff, I need help. You see, it's my fourth husband. He's missing. Cliff, won't you please help me, please?
Dang it. Hang on.
Our credit card machine isn't working, so you'll need to download the app.
Bah, wrong again.
God, help me.
Blast it all. Okay, this has got to be it. Now we're talking. Cheers. So, tell me, how are you enjoying World of Goo 17? The Black Stain.
Who are you? I saw you outside my office, and...
And outside the lounge and on the train. Yeah, I get around.
What's going on?
You and me, we're in World of Goo 17. It's a pretty good sequel. A little off-brand, maybe, but heck, I'm biased.
Sequel?
Yeah, I know. Some of the sequels were terrible. World of Goo 21 wasn't even a game. It was just a program that generated gameplay video. Infinite generated content. You can stream on your
Yes.
streaming platform to your fans or whatever forever. You could be a content creator without the inconvenience of having to create content.
Yes.
So, you're not a cleaner?
I'm just another filthy player, just like you. Or I used to be anyway.
What do you mean?
I'm just a fan of the World of Goo games. There were so many sequels. They really milked that franchise, didn't they? Haha.
Well, yeah, I thought I was playing World of Goo, too.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. They still had some good ideas back then. I bought all the sequels, even the terrible ones. I'm a completionist, you could say. I like to be comprehensive.
How many sequels were there?
It looks like you've been playing some of them. I guess I'm more of a curator these days. I've made all the sequels available to play here. I think World of Goo 6, 9, and 11 are still working up there. Did you enjoy Gulf? It was so stupid, but in a good way, I thought.
What do you mean? You used to be a player.
These games came out a long time ago. Not much of the world is left from back then. I didn't think people were even around up there anymore, until you showed up. But I think I've helped keep this franchise alive and more or less playable.
So how are you talking to me now?
It turns out World of Goo 17 was Turing complete, so I programmed myself into the game. It wasn't my favorite sequel, too wordy for my taste, but it let me live forever, so I rate it 4 out of 5 stars.
I'm sorry, that means the real you died. I mean, a long time ago.
Yes, I expect so. How about you? What's your name, pal?
I was playing World of Goo 2, and suddenly the game said I was in World of Goo 17, and made me Cliff Spanner, so I just played along.
I've played World of Goo 2 hundreds of times, and that's not what happens. What chapter are you in?
I'm in Chapter 4.
Chapter 4 in World of Goo 2 is supposed to be set in a television animated series spin-off.
I guess I just thought you were like the wacky character in World of Goo games that you meet near the end of the 4th chapter.
This isn't right.
So, cleaner or curator? What do you really look like?
Are you sure you want to see? I'm glad you visited.
It
What
must be
is
lonely
this?
here, spending eternity inside the 17th sequel.
It's been a long time, but the art in 4 or 5 of the scenes is pretty good. I like to hang out in some of them.
I don't think I would want to live forever inside a noir-themed sequel.
I eat a lot of late-night burritos.
Thank you for keeping the World of Goo sequels alive and playable after all these years.
It was my pleasure. As long as this computer remains powered on, I will continue to live forever and keep the memory of these games alive.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, maybe there is one thing.
Kill me?
Sure, what is it?
Well, I made some World of Goo fan fiction levels, but nobody has ever played them. Do you want to play one?
Sure.
Oh, great. I hope you like them. Just walk that way.
Hello? Sorry I tripped on this power cable. Is that bad? Is anyone there? Okay, I'll just plug this back in again.
Disk erased. The telescope guy built a rocket is here. 200,000 years later. End of chapter 4. You have a visitor in the West. Chapter 5, A New World. They're doing the same thing as before. Challenge levels. Molten showers, upward trajectories, hot springs. Log 1. Hello? Is the log recorder on? The goo balls are more vibrant and filled with life than I ever imagined. The structure appears to be remains of a large creature, unable to land. Redirect to avoid damage. Dispatch. Nah, that's good enough. Upward trajectories. Log 2. After all these years, the world has changed. Even in frozen sleep, so have I. Everything is different than I remember when I was a kid. Unable to land. Insufficient surface. Dispatch. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yum, num, num, num. Keep going. $185? I'm not getting that much, but... I got surprisingly close, though. Hot Springs. Log 3. I've been observing this world since I was just a kid. So when I designed the log recorder for this machine, I decided to store logs on signposts. It seemed thematically appropriate. It's a good thing they're not made from real wood. It's hot here. Even near volcanic springs, there is life. Unable to land. Overly abundant heat. Dispatch. Ah. Okay, so, okay. Oh, I should have come this way first. There's more balloons over here. Fuck, I don't have enough. Alright, this way first. Come on. Come on. There we go. Just being able to make that left side out of purely conduit goo balls saved a lot of material. Destination landing station. Log 4. Knock knock. Is anyone there? My door is stuck. I can't get out. If I had landed on a nice flat surface, I might have been able to fix it. I've been in this machine for a long time, and looks like I'll be in here a little longer. It's okay. I'll become another part of the beautiful landscape, like everything else. Maybe I'll spend this time writing an unpublished graphic novel about my long journey. Or maybe I'll count higher and higher and see if the numbers keep going or loop around back to 0. Or maybe I'll try and remember everyone I left behind. Or maybe I'll scratch cave paintings and buffaloes into the side of my machine to really confuse anthropologists in the future. Or is it buffaloes? I didn't pack a dictionary. What's that over there? Oh, hello, little fish. Be careful, don't get too close. Whatever you do, stay away from the very top of my machine. This rocket is extremely explosive. Dispatch. Worlds of Goo.
It must have been a long journey. Someone had been watching for a long time. There were telescopic photos of familiar places and old friends. They had enjoyed the delicious juice-like product. Everything in the photos had eroded or washed away a long time ago. But it was nice to see them again.
So it's a sequel about sequels. It's all gone, but it was still nice to see it all again.
And everywhere the traveler traveled, there sprouted all new worlds of goo.
Alright, that was really good. I liked it. I was expecting a little more out of the ending, but... That was a fun game. I like the music. So yeah, that was fun. It's just another world of goo. Thanks for playing.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello? Everything just went black. Okay, I guess I'll just wait here.
Yeah, the only level I didn't complete was an optional one. This challenge level, which I just couldn't do. And I'm actually just gonna leave it there. Yeah. I mean, it's not much, I mean, there's more to it, but it is essentially just more World of Goo with a couple more mechanics added on this time. I'm happy I played it. And I could get another one of these in 5-10 years, something like that. It does scratch that itch, a few iffy jokes aside. But anyway, that is it. I'll be taking tomorrow night off, but I'll be back on Thursday night with some Elden Ring at long last. So, until then, everyone have a good night and have a good week. Thank you again, and bye-bye.